Paul George 2018 free agency sweepstakes is already in full swing. How is that even possible? We know most of the league wants him. Tim Kawakami from The Athletic said the Warriors are eyeing George too. He told the Washington Post that Warriors owner Joe Lacob is going to try and find a way. By the way, Amin's here. Amin. Not what?
Look, this is kind of silly.
Everything is.
Is it realistic? Yes, if they're willing to make a change that's probably not worth making.
Gonna make a change?
Easy. Don't sing it. So the idea here is that if they trade Klay Thompson, they could get Paul George, right? But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense for many reasons. Many reasons. One, they're a luxury taxpaying team, so they can't do signing trades. Well, that's hard. But let's just assume that they could, right? Klay Thompson has cost certainty. He makes about $17.5 million over the next 2 years. Paul George is not coming for a pay cut.
Right.
He's going to want almost double that, right? Then you know that Klay Thompson definitely fits with the Warriors. You don't know if Paul George fits with the Warriors. So why are you going to ruin a great thing? But finally, and most importantly, I ask everyone this. Is Paul George really that much better?
No.
I wouldn't do this.
He's not that much better. What's the question for real? Is he better? Yes. Is he much better? Is he multi-millions of dollars better? No.
So why do this?
Yeah. But let's be careful.
Because now you're just collecting parts.
No, I mean, if you can.
Like, we have all the good stuff.
If there's a way to get him and not give up anybody, yeah, do it. That's the name of the game.
All the initials. They got KD. They want to go PG. I can't do this.
You know what? I need you to leave. Now that he's here,
we overloaded right now. I mean, get the hell off.
Get out.
You know what's crazy about the power of television? We can make something out of nothing. This is a nothing.
And we do.
Story.
We have the power.
That's the power of First Nation. If the team stays as constructed, PG-13 for vet minimum. What the hell are you talking about?
Hold on. Wait, you know that? That's the sign of millions of people in Oklahoma furiously tweeting, Sports Nation is such a dumb show. You guys don't know what it is. I miss Colin.
He is, right. He is not going there. He's not going to Golden State because there's no way to fit. How many max players can you have? They can't have them. It's not happening.
As many as you can get. What if Durant leaves them? What if they win and Durant says thanks for the 2
Right, but that's the thing. Like that's where these arguments are silly because anything could happen between now and then.
Yeah.
Paul George could wake up one day. This season could go horribly, and don't tweet. I'm just saying it could, but it could go horribly, and all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I really want a shot at a ring, and he does whatever it takes.
Face of the NBA. Can we move on? Let's move on to a real story. Do we have one?
No, but I'll go on to this one. The NBA sent a memo to teams yesterday outlining the measures the league has taken to build more rest days. Why are you showing Kawhi?
He was excited.
Last season,
Laker
star
rested
players
a lot.
hosted a bunch of national games. It was a bad look for everybody. Marcellus, this is what they're hoping, that this expanded schedule will stop the big guys from resting. Will it?
It will, but for not for the intended reasons that they think it is. They think it's a physical calendar issue, which means, hey, players, you're going to start a week earlier. We're going to try and make sure you don't play 4 games in 5 nights. We're going to try and kill the back-to-backs as many as possible. That's not why the players are going to actually play ball. It's the psychological reasons. Because now you're showing a partnership. Oh, you're trying to work with me. You're trying to actually set me up. You're setting me up for success. Guess what? I will work with you as well. I get it. You don't want me to rest on those big national games on the road. I will listen to you because I already see you taking steps to make me more successful.
I think it's just all about the big games. It's about 3 or 4 dudes playing when you're on television.
Right.
That's ultimately what it is.
Don't do it on Christmas.
Right. Don't do it on Thanksgiving.
We don't play on Christmas. I used to say that. Like, why are we playing on Christmas and Thanksgiving? Lord, you think I'm focused?
That's the worst.
It's the worst.
You got family in town. Everyone wants tickets to the game. It's a big.
And you're fat.
Playing on Christmas is one of the worst. It was when the schedule comes out and as a team, you see,
man,
Christmas. You hated that.
You hated that.
Next couple of days.
Oh, that's right. And you're on a team. You have to work on Christmas.
Yeah, but I loved it. I mean, and you know me. I'm like, I'm a pretty negative person. But I actually really loved it.
You're not having 7 family members hit you up and say, yo.
I don't have 7 family members.
That you're still in contact with.
Yeah, I have them.
You get it. So now.
Talk about Kevin Durant. What?
I'm just cracking me up.
Kevin Durant is the MVP frontrunner.
Who's this?
This is by the way, I'm with
another initial.
Heading into this season, according to a panel of ESPN's NBA contributors, LeBron 2nd, Kawhi 3rd, Harden 4th, Giannis 5th.
Giannis done talked his way into the top 5 already. It's most improved.
I mean,
valuable.
What do you think?
I disagree about the Kevin Durant thing. Look at this is a hard takes right here. I disagree. How dare you? No, as long as you have Kevin Durant and Steph Curry on the same team, neither of them will ever win an MVP. It's because the way we define MVP is we talk about the guy who took the team and put him on his shoulders. Russell Westbrook and LeBron James and James Harden. These are the guys that we are idolizing when we create the MVP argument. Whenever you talk about Kevin Durant, no matter how great he is, everyone goes, yeah, but you got Steph Curry right there. And the opposite is true. Steph, but you got Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but the mental play is different this year. It's kind of like when the Heatles got together, and they always go through this respectful cordiality of, hey, I'm LeBron James. Hey, I'm Dwayne Wade. First year, I'm going to defer to you. No, defer to you. Oh, we're buddies. And then the second year, somebody becomes the king of that castle.
Then you go to the bathroom with the door open.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. What was that sound? Oh, that's you. You're comfortable now. And that's what's happening now. Kevin Durant, look, they tried to respect each other. Steph Curry, it took them a while to gel together. That's Kevin Durant's team.
This is what I don't understand.
Go for it.
ESPN.com projected the Warriors to win 62 games next season.
All right.
That is 5 games less than what they won this year. They're projecting the Team Wolves to be 20 games improved. So how's Jimmy Butler not in the conversation? How do you increase your win total by 20 wins?
Because Jeff Tibb is responsible for that.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
And Wiggins.
So you got KD, and we're projecting you to get worse. They get Jimmy Butler, and we're expecting you to improve by 20 games and fight for home court advantage. Come on now.
Now, here's my pick is, and I'm wearing the shirt. I think Giannis because here's what's happening. First of all, he took a huge leap last year. Forget the most improved part. 26 points per game. No one saw him being that kind of offensive dominant force. He's a guy that guards all 5 positions. He plays on a team that is playing in the Eastern Conference. So don't be surprised if you see the Milwaukee Bucks, 50-plus wins, top 3 seed, and he's a lovable dude.
Yeah.
We all like the lovable dude with a nice smile. It's a good story and all that stuff. I can see Giannis being.
But we can't pronounce his last name, so he can't win.
What?
One more time?
I'm singing a little Lionel Richie over there. Somebody let me see that little shot.
Quite simple, really.
And it is a rotating trophy. It loves to find new hands.
Right.
So therefore, it could go to Giannis, and that would be a new.
By the way, I just want to congratulate you guys. I'm very proud of you for mustering opinions on a list of things that may never happen.
I mean, Lord,
well
we're
done.
pulling this.
That's why we have a Peabody.
And I love August. After the break, Marcellus' arch nemesis.
Oh, yeah.
Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota.
I just double-checked. It's Wednesday.
You just came out and said, I heard you. You said, yeah. That gave Lamar
It's all up in you.
I was the oldest person in the front row.
Oh, look at
By
that.
a lot. Welcome to Sports Nation. Yeah, my name's Michelle Marcellus, LZ. It's only a 30-minute show today, so we got to cram a lot of
All right, talk fast.
It's going to be the greatest show the world's ever known. You're out. Umpire Joe West has been suspended by the MLB, Major League Baseball, for 3 games because of comments he made about Adrian Beltre in an interview with USA Today. West was asked who the biggest complainer was, to which he responded, and I quote, "It's gotta be Adrian Beltre. Every pitch you call, that's a strike." He says, whoa. I told him, you may be a great ball player, but you're the worst umpire in the league. You stink. The World Umpires Association responded to the suspension, saying joking interactions between umpires and players are a routine part of this game. We disagree strongly with the decision to punish Joe West simply for sharing a humorous exchange with a player. LZ, just please talk some sense into someone.
Yes, I do not believe he should have been suspended.
Oh.
I think he should have been fired.
Yes. Look at that.
Yes. Yeah, boom.
Wow, let me hear this. Let me watch.
You're about to...
This is why. There's 2 things that pose a referee's credibility or umpire's credibility. One is actually their ability to do their job in real time.
Which he does.
And 2, being perceived as being what? Objective, impartial. He essentially has now confirmed what some other players may have thought, which is perhaps he has it out for me. If you're saying that he's the biggest crybaby in Major League Baseball, now you got to wonder, well, who's second? Is it me? Was that really a pitch, or am I number 2 on this list?
Is it you? And if it is, stop crying.
Yeah.
How about that? Like he said, they were joking, that they joke back and forth, and this is absurd.
Don't take
By the
the
way,
bait.
in writing, and here's where it's unfair. In writing, if you just take the words of the quote, you're like, you're not supposed to say those things out loud. But when you realize like this is just them sort of joking back and forth, this is absurd.
Don't take the bait. No, the bait is the reporter. The reporter asked the question. The reporter asked the question. You aren't supposed to answer it.
Hold on. Nothing about what he said was was actually a violation of him being impartial. First of all, this is just reeking of excessive guilt by Major League Baseball in terms of how the officiating is going over the years. And so now they're going to pile on one instance unnecessarily just to try to right the wrong
there are
years
other
past.
things you could punish.
Right. Think about it.
Like
all he
Anthony.
said is, who is the biggest crybaby?
Yeah.
He pointed to one guy and talked about the exchange between them and says, you're a horrible ump. How is that an
funny.
indictment? Because he's a baseball player,
I'm not
not
saying
a ump.
it's not funny. But what I'm saying
but what's
is,
the violation?
He's not a robot.
I get that, but you're supposed to present the image of being impartial. And it's not as if baseball hasn't fired umps before for crossing that line. And I certainly in covering tennis, I've seen umps actually be removed from tournaments and or be fired.
Not for this
But wait a
reason.
minute.
Because they didn't appear to be impartial.
But there's a difference between being impartial and having ears and eyes. You don't think everyone who watches baseball religiously knows this about Adrian Beltre? Like they already, like the same way we know who the floppers are in the NBA, we know who cries the most, we know who complains, Chris Paul, we know who complains to the refs the most, like we know how that all works. We know that. So he just answered the question and then followed it up with a funny story instead of being like,
It was a great
Adrian
story.
Beltre's the worst.
Yeah, by being enlightening,
It was
all
a
of a
great
sudden
story.
he's not impartial.
It's a great story. I'm just saying you shouldn't have taken a bait.
Baseball gets it wrong all the time.
They do get it wrong.
Moving on, UCLA Josh Rosen was interviewed by Bleacher Report on the struggles of being a student athlete. He said that football and school don't go together. He also added, football really dents my ability to take some classes that I need. There are a bunch of classes that are only offered one time. There was a class this spring I had to take. There was a conflict with spring football. Head coach Jim Mora responded, saying we spend millions of dollars on academic support. We're not just trying to keep people eligible. I'm very comfortable with the things that are happening at UCLA in all of our sports programs. I mean, this kid's taking a lot of heat today, Marcellus.
As he should.
He should not.
I mean, okay, now I disagree with you. This is the day.
Okay, well, hopefully my experience will trump your wisdom.
Nope.
Or perceived wisdom. No wonder why athletes struggle in transition into the real world. With mindsets like this, that you can't balance out a daily schedule that includes football and academics when it says student athlete, not athlete student.
You can say whatever you want. Doesn't mean it's true.
I've been through the existence before. Let's talk about what a day looks like.
Oh, no, you did not.
It's 24 hours in a day. Maybe Josh Wilson doesn't know this because he doesn't go to class.
I already see your problem with
8 hours for sleep, 6 hours for football. This is the priority of most athletes. 4 hours playing them video games. Get off damn that. 3 hours chasing the girls. Sometimes it's not always chasing.
Sometimes it's boys.
You don't have eating on there at all.
3 hours. That's been part of the football.
Really?
Yeah. Practice is not 6 hours. Practice is 2 hours. Training table, weightlifting, everything is included in that.
You know what number was on there? Number of wins he had in his college career. How many was that?
Well, me?
Yes.
We won 8 and 2 by last year.
Your last year.
All-American.
Your career.
All-American. You're talking to an All-American and All-Pro. Don't go there.
Wait a minute.
And I went to Columbia. Don't give me this.
Can I ask you to do one favor for me right now? Can you try to not look at what he's saying through the eyes of Marcellus Wiley, the guy that went to Columbia, and perhaps maybe look at it through the eyes of a lot of the guys he referenced, the guys that don't need to be in school at all and are literally only there to go to the NFL.
That's conflation. He's making two arguments. He's trying to talk about amateurism and how we're being forced to go to college to get to pros. That's one conversation.
I'm cool.
But don't say if you are going to college, you don't have enough time in the day to go to damn class.
But
you have 10 hours.
He didn't say you didn't have time. This is what he said. He said it's very difficult to have a full-time job and go to school. And you know who says that? Americans.
Everyone.
Because that's the number one reason why Americans drop out of college, because it's difficult balancing full-time work with going to school.
You know what else is
full-time.
difficult? Being successful. So if you don't want to climb the mountain, get off.
And being a student athlete is essentially having one full-time job on top of going to school.
By the
He
way,
just said the exact same thing that all Americans are saying.
And that's why
we're taking it as, oh, look at this spoiled brat. I didn't take it like he's not doing it. He's doing it. He said, look, if I wanted an easy degree, I would have got a sociology degree. Like, boom, boom, I want an MBA.
Wow, way to go.
Way to go in my minor.
By the way,
way to go in my minor. Yeah, hold on. Psychology, sociology over here, baby.
But I don't, for some reason, I'm not reacting like everyone else.
Okay, let me give you a little more.
I didn't think he said anything that was that ridiculous.
Okay, well, you know what? A picture is worth 1,000 words. Let me give you some more images of what Josh Rosen is really doing in his time.
Oh, come on.
Mr. Ford. Now, look, it's kind of hard to get that class when you're in the bubbles.
He's eating.
Okay, so he's doing
He's doing two things at once.
One, I love the security pad on the damn dorm room.
Hardcore. But you can admit that perhaps maybe there are the idea that the scheduling conflict is real, why would you disagree with that? I'm not disputing
that happens for regular students too, not just athletes.
Of course it does.
This is his point.
No, in 24 hours in a day, 8 hours to sleep, 16 hours else, you got 6 hours, 10 hours left to do what? Video games? Chasing?
Once
hanging?
again, baseball gets...
Take your butt to class. Take your butt to class.
Moving on. I disagree with both of you so far. The Patriots have become the first... No, I don't think so. The NFL team to buy their own planes. The private planes include first-class seats, some of which recline completely. The Pats are especially interested in the team-owned planes because they reportedly give athletes a leg up on the recovery process. Marcellus, by the way, some of the seats decline?
Yeah, I thought that.
If you're a kicker, I don't know. Special teams?
Do you want the gold package or the platinum package?
I'm not getting on that plane.
I would take the silver. Like, put all your money into it, Bob Kraft. Like, don't go half pregnant with this. Like, he's saying, let me spend $60 million on the plane. They said for 65, all the seats can go back. Let me stop it.
Tom's goes back. Oh, then we're good.
But you know what? Maybe that's for the backups. The backups get the seats that don't recline.
They keep them back up.
But I like that. But this is a game changer because in the NFL, no lie, it is. Well, there's not really a fight for first class seats because basically the stars and the veterans get it. But there are times where you're on that 5-hour flight. You're like, dude, if you really care about my body, I've been training all week for this Sunday performance. Why on Saturday are you going to get me cramped up? All of a sudden you get me in this and it's not a comfortable environment. Then guys have to walk around. It is pretty hectic.
Honestly,
this can start.
I'm just shocked that the NFL didn't already have this. It didn't even occur to me that they didn't have private planes.
Like Cowboys don't have it. You'd think the Cowboys don't have it.
NFL's broke compared to
the
NBA.
thing, like that's where the NBA comes in because the NBA. There are only so many guys. Everybody's got a recliner. By the way, a lot of people don't know this. We, as Sports Nation, we have some moments in history that we have accomplished, and one of them, which has been very quiet because we don't like to brag, is we're the first and only television show, I believe. We have our own plane.
Damn,
I know. It's IRS is probably watching. Roll that tape, Tommy. It gets us from A to B whenever we need to be places. When we have Super Bowl stories that we need to go to.
Well, you know, I don't want to be cramped up after doing my work on Sunday, so.
First of all, how about you put in a full week and we'll get back to you on whether or not.
Really, Mambo Italiano? Really, Mambo Italiano?
Yeah, you did take a month off to eat pasta. What the hell?
Finals were over with in April. You're like still gone for like 2 months.
You know, the next time you work a 7-day week, we'll get back to see who does what.
Oh,
all right? Yeah, okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
We're taking a quick break. But first, take a listen to Jets coach Todd Bowles' reaction to Sheldon Richardson calling Brandon Marshall a quitter.
My thoughts on it, they know how I feel. We've addressed it. I really don't have time for a bunch of BS that happened a year ago. We had 6 months to talk about it. All that is over. He's been well informed of that, and we move on from there.
Sports